How does FoxMLS.com provide a less expensive and more efficient selling process without creating a conflict of interest? Seller Sue will find that FoxMLS.com truly represents only Seller Sue. FoxMLS.com is Seller Sue's Realtor, and Seller Sue is on the Realtor MLS, Realtor.com, all the IDX sites, and many websites. However, FoxMLS.com also gives Seller Sue the opportunity to sell on her own. If Seller Sue sells without a buyer's broker, she will pay no commission. By transferring all calls directly to Seller Sue, FoxMLS.com has increased the opportunity to sell without paying any commissions. Most realtors will want their yard sign in Seller Sue's yard in order to receive all calls so they can identify buyers to represent in selling any MLS-listed property. FoxMLS.com's yard sign is much different, as all drive-by inquiries are answered by SmartAd, an electronic receptionist. SmartAd will transfer all leads and calls directly to Seller Sue. In addition, Seller Sue can record a property description for drive-by prospects to hear. FoxMLS.com will store Seller Sue's property brochure, allowing drive-by prospects to request a property brochure via fax. Seller Sue will have a caller ID of any inquiring buyer requesting a fax. This is much better than the old-fashioned brochure tubes where people can steal Seller Sue's brochures and Seller Sue has no leads to follow. Seller Sue's phone number is kept private, so people who may have an interest in selling ancillary services, such as mortgage, title, and moving companies, are in a void. Of course, any caller has the option to speak directly with Seller Sue, and she receives an email summarizing each call. The same MLS number is used to get information from all sources. If a drive-by sees the yard sign and wants information by calling FoxMLS.com's 800 number or going online to look up the home on Realtor.com, it's the same MLS number. A Realtor MLS listing and so much more. Let's look at buyer Barb, who wants to buy a home, and FoxMLS.com is Seller Sue's Realtor. Buyer Barb searches either Realtor.com, multiple internet sites, or sees the FoxMLS.com yard sign. She views FoxMLS.com's contact information and calls them. An electronic receptionist, SmartAd, answers the call. Buyer Barb can request to speak with a FoxMLS.com agent. However, SmartAd has been designed to provide Buyer Barb information about Seller Sue's home or to transfer Buyer Barb directly to Seller Sue. SmartAd begins by asking Buyer Barb for the MLS number. She will have the option to listen to a pre-recorded description of Seller Sue's home. She can request a fax-back brochure for Seller Sue's home. The best time to provide Buyer Barb information, either verbally or fax, is when the lead is hot. There is no better lead than when Buyer Barb is parked in front of Seller Sue's home or looking at Seller Sue's home online. If Buyer Barb has questions, wants to set up a showing time, or even wants to make an offer, SmartAd transfers a call directly to Seller Sue, and Seller Sue sets up a showing time with Buyer Barb, say at 6 o'clock. There was no middle person delaying the transaction. If by chance Buyer Barb had hung up after entering the MLS number, SmartAd will call Seller Sue and tell her there was a hang-up with the phone number and caller ID of Buyer Barb. At the end of Buyer Barb's call to Seller Sue, SmartAd will email her with the date and time of the inquiry, the MLS number, as Seller Sue may have multiple homes listed with FoxMLS.com, the phone number of Buyer Barb, caller ID if available, as well as the options Buyer Barb selected. SmartAd is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Seller Sue is notified about all buyer calls. Seller Sue has knowledge of all callers who have an interest in her home. She never wonders about the level of interest in her home. By controlling the buying process, Seller Sue has increased the odds of selling without commissions. FoxMLS.com never refers callers out to referral services who then get paid a commission. FoxMLS.com only shows Seller Sue's home. FoxMLS.com with SmartAd is worth thousands of dollars, but has only charged Seller Sue a few $100s, saving her time, aggravation, and a lot of money. FoxMLS.com and SmartAd put Seller Sue in control. Be sure to try our demo of SmartAd on FoxMLS.com.